what is a constructor? A constructor is a method which is used to initialize variables declared in the class. What this means? To understand it, I have created a project called understanding constructor. In that, there is a main method, and to understand it, I have declared a class called class1. So every time we create a class, we have to declare a constructor of that class. But in case we did not created or declared the constructor of that class, the C# compiler or any language compiler you are using going to declare or create the constructor for you. That is implicit constructor or default constructor. It is going to be a parameterless constructor. So what is this mean? What does this means? Okay, to understand it, we are going to declare some variables: int x, string y, and bool z. So what is this sentence means? The C# compiler or language compiler, we are going to declare or create constructor for you. So this class, we declared a class, and we have to declare a constructor for this class. Every time we create a class, we have to declare a constructor for this class. But in case we did not declare, so what this C# compiler does at runtime is that it declares implicitly the constructor for you. To check this, I am going to declare a method public void display vars, and I'm going to print these values. Value x is so. As we know, the default value of numeric types is 0, and default value of string and characters is null, and default value of bool is z. So to check this, I'm going to call this method. First, I'm going to create an instance of this class. Okay, so this is instance or object of this class. Obj is equal to new class1. As you can check, what is this class on left side? It is a class. Okay, check, it is a class. It is a class. And what is this class means? This is a constructor. We are explicitly calling this constructor with the help of new keyword. Okay, so we have created an object of this class obj, and in this class we have a method called display vars. We are going to call this method and run this project. Check, value of int x is 0, value of string y is null, and value of bool z is false. So we only declared these variables and did not assign values to these variables. So at runtime, what this compiler does is that at the runtime, the compiler assigns these variables with their default values according to their data types with the help of constructor. So what is the syntax of the constructor? So a constructor should have same name as the class name, and it does not. Okay, so it should have the same name as the class name in which it is defined, and it does not include a return type. What is this means? So the syntax of the constructor is public, and its name is class1. The name should be same as the class name. So if we want to declare some variables and assign these variables some values with the help of constructor, how can we do that? String of name and name. These are the two variables which are string type. Okay, so we want to initialize these variables with the help of constructor. Take these variables as parameters: string first name and string name. With the help of this keyword, fname is equal to fname, and this lname is equal to lname. What is this means? This fname is this fname, okay, this variable, and this lname is this lname, this variable. What we are doing, the when we create an object of this class, okay, or instance of this class1 obj is equal to new class1. Now this constructor is showing it has to be passed two variables, means two strings as input. So okay, so we created object of this class, but we have to pass. Now we created a constructor of this class. Okay, so this constructor takes two parameters as input. Okay, name and last name. So I'm going to give my name as parameter 1 and last name as parameter 2. Now the error is gone. Now we can check if this value is assigned to these variables or not. How can we check? We are going to declare a method void display names, and we are going to print these variables. First name is f name, and last name is lname. Okay, we are going to check if this we passed two strings as input, okay, with to this constructor, and we are going to check if these values or these strings got assigned to these variables or not. So call this method obj dot display names check, and we are going to take a debug point here, okay, and start the project, run the project. Now what this class do is that this class call this constructor and pass these variables as input. Now this constructor is called, okay, debug point is hid, step over, check, first name is assigned df name, okay, df name is assigned with Shubham, and lname is assigned with Jingrai, okay, and the values are printed. So this is the constructor in C#, and this is how it works. It does not return any value, and it should have the name as same as the class in which it is defined. Okay, this constructor has same name as the class in which it is defined.